Hi everybody, my name is Bobby Starks. I'm a video strategist and a video marketer. Today I'm with John Lee. He is a Facebook expert on advertising and also social media platforms. And we are just going to go over what the new update for Facebook is for the upgrade and where Apple put the iOS 14. So John, what does this mean for businesses that are advertising, and what is some ways to maybe work around it?
Yeah.
And what does it mean? Let's just go over what it means.
So there's a lot being said about the latest update with Apple. So let's just boil it all down and talk about what it means to you specifically as a business owner, and others out there. So before the update, 70% of people were sharing their data, meaning we could track what websites they were going to, purchases, and things like that. Now, with the latest Apple iOS 14.6, I believe, update, only 20% of the people, around 20% of the people right now have installed that update. But of the 20% who have installed it, only 4% have given permission to track their data across websites. So what does this mean? Well, to track people across websites, it's like using a tracking cookie. The reason this is important for marketers and businesses is because we can see who likes what products and then present ads to them. If it fits what the interest that we're trying to target, we can present ads to them that are personalized and that they're interested in. So now, with people saying no, or around 4% of the people saying yes, so 96% of the people are saying no, don't track me, now the ads aren't targeted toward their interest. So you may not own a dog, but you're going to see ads for dog food. Whereas you like to work out, you go to the gym. In the past, you'd probably see a lot of supplements, a lot of workout equipment, and things like that. So that's the difference, and that's the effect. Hope that makes sense.
It makes sense in the way that, like first you were just kind of searching for what maybe you liked on Amazon, and all of a sudden let's just say dog food, because you have a dog. And all of a sudden, maybe you go back on Facebook or Instagram, now you're seeing Google, and now you're seeing stuff for pedigree or whatever it is. Now you're saying that if I just don't have a dog and I look up Frisbees, it could be just phones or whatever, it might just pop up.
Right, so we're not able to track that anymore because of this privacy update from Apple. So we don't know that you're interested in dog food or anything because we can't track, the interest from Amazon. It's not like these advertising companies could see everything you're doing, but what we did know is when you were on Amazon, you were looking at a category for dogs. So then we could remarket that based on your interest. We could remarket that and say, hey, here's some cool dog toys, dog beds, dog foods, and so forth. And this is why our product's better, just classical advertising. That has gone away now because of the latest update. And listen, I like Apple. I have an iPhone. I like their privacy. I like their privacy protection. You and I were talking to that potential client one time, and he was, telling us about kind of some scary stuff, actually, how by having an Amazon Alexa in your house, it's not just when you wake up Alexa and say, hey, Alexa, it's recording 24/7. That kind of stuff scares me a little bit. So I have mixed feelings about it, but yes, it's hurt marketers a little bit. But the biggest marketers it's hurt is e-commerce. Because in the past, you could run a Facebook conversion campaign and just let the algorithm say, hey, anybody who's interested in my product, show them this ad and I'll get some sales. That's gone now because we don't know who's interested based on the tracking cookies going to the different websites and interests. We don't know who's interested in that product anymore. So it's really hurt e-commerce pretty significantly. But a retail business owner, there's ways to get around that, and I'm sure that's what we're going to kind of get into.
Yeah, let's go into that because, now that we have a way to kind of track somebody, and that's through video processing now and videos, we could kind of monitor on how long somebody is watching a video that you and I could advertise, and then you could kind of retarget on that. Can you explain that a little more?
Yeah, and I would even back up one step. So, to be super successful on digital ads, especially Facebook, but even Google ads, you really want to remarket or retarget a warm audience, someone who has interest in your product. And that's where the tracking on from different websites was so effective, because we knew people had been to websites like this, so we knew they had an interest in it, so we could retarget or remarket to those people. So now what we have to do, and that's a great 1-2 punch. 1, send them to a website. 2, remarket to them, give them an incentive to buy. Now we have to back up a little bit and say, okay, we can't use websites to track people and see who's interested. So what else can we do? Well, it's something I've been doing the whole time, as you know, because we work a lot together. But I still gauge people's interest based on video. So I would have Bobby create a video, and I would measure how. There's different ways to measure. You can measure 3 seconds, you can measure 10 seconds, you can measure, did they watch 25% of the video, 55% of the video, 95% of the video, 100% of the video. You can measure quite a bit. What I like to do is measure how much people watch the video, usually 25 to 50%, and then say, okay, these people stayed in this video, let's say the video is 2 minutes, and they stayed in the video for 25 to 50% of the time. They are really interested in what we're showing in this video. So then I can take that audience of people who watched at least that much, and now I remarket to them, show them more branding information, maybe give them an incentive to purchase. Very, very effective. But to answer your question, yes, this has gone away. We can't track where people are going to the different websites, but what we can track is how much of the video they're watching, and then gauge interest on that. And it's not just the video. We can also target post engagement. It's another great way to see who was interested in what we showed in this picture, or commented or liked on this page, and now we remarket to them. So we still have that 1-2 punch going, but we're just having to do it a little bit differently now. And this is really gonna change some of it's gonna allow the cream of the digital advertisers to rise, because the conversion campaigns of just tracking people from website to website was so easy. They didn't have to do any real marketing. They didn't have to figure out who their ideal customer was and what other interests they had, and really build out a nice audience. They would just put this conversion campaign together, let Facebook's algorithm, and AI and some tracking code just kind of come up with that for them. This is where the real marketers come into play, and you have to have a great video guy that, number one, can put together some great video like you do, keep people engaged, and then we can see, we can kind of gauge the interest level from there.
So what if like e-commerce started using video? So is that a way for them to really start ramping up their stuff again?
Absolutely. It's just a little bit longer play for them, but they have to be real marketers now. So, and I'm not saying e-commerce guys aren't, but here's what e-commerce guys and gals have tended to do in the past. They would come up with a great product to sell, and figure out their markup, how to drop ship it or whatever, and then bang, they would run these conversion campaigns because they were pretty easy to put together. Now what they're gonna have to start doing is really building out audiences, some marketing 101 stuff. Your first step in digital advertising and marketing period is identifying who your target audience is, what interests they have, and then seeing how you can place your information from, I don't care if it's direct mail, TV, or whatever, we'll use TV, for example. Is your ideal customer a male between the ages of 18 and 35? Well, then, damn, you probably want to be on ESPN, not HGTV, and so that's what you're trying to identify. For the e-commerce to survive in the digital ad world, they're going to have to really go back to marketing 101 and figure out who their customers are, start building those audiences up with some video, and then doing some remarketing based on the video engagement. And it's the same for the business owners around here. You can do the exact same thing. Get some great images, get some great video, put it out there, see who's engaged with it, and then come back and remarket to them with a nice incentive to purchase. But yes, that's going to be the big play, man. Now, there's another step you can do. It doesn't mean all websites are dead as far as tracking. You can still do a few things on your website, but you're not going to be able to see who visited it. You're not going to be able to see certain conversions and other reporting data that you may have been able to see, like Google Analytics, for example. They're going to aggregate some numbers, but it's not going to be exact. However, if you're running an ad directing people to your website, you may not be able to track who landed on your website from your website, but you can track who went to your website from the ad, so you can do some other things from there. So you can do it through video views, you can do it through link clicks, you can do it through likes and shares and so forth.
Yeah, that's why I like working with you as well. It's like, as we strategize on a new client, we kind of already know what the likes and dislikes of that customer might look like. So before I even start script writing out a video for you, I already kind of know the audience that we're going to tailor to. So I can kind of build up a whole new script just in the video process, just behind of what we're going to target. So it makes sure what I like to call a scroll stopper. So when people are scrolling on their phone, they see something, and they're like, wow, that looks interesting. And they end up getting that 25%, 50% launch.
It's a super good point. I mean, a lot of people, to your point, a lot of people think, well, my written copy's got to be so good on these ads. Man, no. The most important thing is your video or your image, because you have to get people to stop scrolling, number one. Then your copy comes into play so they can read exactly what your product's about or what you're doing. But yeah, man, you're right on.
Yeah. All right, so let's wrap this up. We like to keep these short. So, John, what are some businesses that you work with right now, and what do you like? What is your favorite type of business to work on for digital advertising, Facebook ads?
So I'm pretty well niched in retail businesses. Physical products like furniture stores. I do a lot in the healthcare, health insurance leads, real estate leads. I do a lot of that. One client we share, Muscle RX, is a fabulous client. They're not only in a brand new, they're not just a brand new business. They've created a whole brand new niche where they're doing some corrective therapy with muscles, really eliminating pain. So I like stuff like that, kind of branding and building things out. I just, for businesses, digital ads is by far still offering the best return on investment. Don't get scared about digital ads because of this Apple update. All you need is just a little strategy that's still going to offer as the same returns or even better. And that strategy is creating a great ad, seeing who's engaged with it, whether it's video, that's my preferred way, but video, great images, or who's engaged with I just said this, but who's engaged with the ad through videos, likes, shares, clicks, and so forth, and then remarket to them with an incentive. Don't forget that two punch. The one punch is getting that good ad out there, getting the engagement, and then the two punch is setting that audience aside and now remarketing to them. Facebook ads, when I say Facebook ads, I also mean Instagram, is still the best way to grow your business and get new customers. So don't let this update scare you. It's just important to know where it hurts you and then how to work around it. And that's what we're identifying.
Perfect. All right, everybody. Talk to you soon.
See ya.